at you live from the tractor cab, the 8RX. So it's a beautiful Thursday morning, May 12th. Yeah, it's time to get some corn in the ground, so that's what we're doing. Been at it since last Wednesday. We got one field in, our first field, and then we kind of got things rolling, the ball rolling on Saturday. So got all the planters rolling. So anyway, yeah, that's what we're up to. Yeah, ideal conditions, I would say. The soil's getting warmed up pretty good, running around that 50 to 60 this morning. In the mornings it's a little chilly, but things reading 44, but it was up in the 60s and 70s. So our corn is actually germinating pretty quickly. I seen one of our fields had within 3 days of planting it, it had a half or a quarter inch root already shooting out. So pretty amazing how quick these plants can shoot out of the ground with a little bit of moisture and some heat. So yeah, anyway, I will get turned around here and show you guys a little bit about this unit and how to operate it. So about this planter, it is a 24-row 30-inch planter, so a 60-foot power, 3-point mounted, as you can see. And there's no lift assist wheels on this unit, so solely lifted on the 3-point. So yeah, it's a lot of weight on this thing, but actually quite surprised at how good this 8RX is handling it. Doing a really good job. From what I hear, the RTs, you get a lot of wheeling action because you're pivoting right on that rear axle. These 8RXs, that track system actually kind of sticks back there further, so balances and handles, distributes the weight quite well. So I think these are kind of a really good tractor for this application, I would say. And especially if we get into wet conditions, would be an ideal unit over those RTs, because the issue with these things is when you get fully loaded, you get really back heavy, and then your back end, well, you have the tendency to dip your rear closing wheels into the dirt, so you can't really back up if you get into really mallow conditions. With the RTs, I heard that's a really big issue with this thing. Not as bad, but I have had some situations where I had to turn around for a rock or whatever, jam up or something went wrong, failed roll, and I'm fully loaded. I just turn around because I don't want to risk folding all my seed firmers under and also wrecking more things. So yeah, so anyway, so we got speed tubes on this thing, so it's high speed, precision planting, V-sets, and or V-drive, whatever you want to call that, and downforce, delta force, individual row down pressure. So anyway, this thing's first year on it, so we got, I would say, about 1,500 acres on it. Very minimal issues, which is great and expected for a new unit. I did have the closing wheels where I had 2 of them. I don't know what happened exactly, but the bearing popped out and they started shimming in and then rubbing. So got 2 new ones on, and I haven't had any issues for the past 500 acres. So other than that, been pretty trouble-free. The nice thing with these precision planting units is you have really good computer, or really good monitoring going on. It's very precise, is in the name. We got our Gen 3 display here. Don't know if you can see that very good. So we got our population, which we're shooting for 36, and singulation 99.9, which is ideal. And that's my down pressure right there, which is running pretty decent. And then also here's my furrow moisture, all sorts of organic matter, temperature, whatnot, and all this stuff. It's not nothing too special. Anywho, and I can do all my settings in here, change my downforce, do all of that. So on this map is actually showing me my down pressure. So blue is loss of ground contact, and red / orange is too much pressure applied, but it's going to have a little bit in there. And from what I talking to the rep, you can have, it's all right. You know, you're not going to have a perfectly green or yellow map all the time, and really you got to get out and feel the furrow, make sure you're not smearing sidewalls or getting it pressed too hard. You actually just got to go out and feel it, see what you think, see if it's ideal or feeling ideal, or if you're applying too much pressure. But this just kind of gives you a good indication of what's going on. Because nice thing about that is actually if it turns blue and you're jammed up on a root ball or a rock or something, that will actually help you see that before, you know, if you're not paying attention, or, you know, I don't know, it happens, or you don't notice it. But that down pressure map, actually, if you're watching that, you can figure out, troubleshoot a lot of problems really quick. So that's pretty nice, actually. We don't run any trash whippers on here, so that helps a lot for that problem. Another thing, so I'm coming up on these tracks here where they've been hauling the rocks. They kind of made one path, which is ideal. So watch my map here. We're crossing it. There we go. Yeah. That's where I lost a little bit of ground contact, so maybe I need to go slower through there. But you can see the tracks quite well, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why it's not going there. So, anyway. Another thing you got to do in the planter, as a planter driver, you got a lot of rocks to watch for. You do not want to hit these going wide open, because you'll wreck stuff big time. So what I'm going to do is just go into my phone here. Ooh. And we actually go to JD link here. Just things will load. I'm just going to drop a pin. Boom. I think that dropped. Anyway, okay, I just wanted to talk about a few things here in the planter that might be helpful to anyone running these planters, different settings in these John Deeres. So actually, when I come to the headland, I am hitting one button. It's lifting, doing all the action. And with this wide of equipment, you got to do a little bit of, be careful on the end rounds, because you don't want to dip your wings in, wreck and bend stuff. So we actually set things up on iTech here. Is what we do. Got that all set up, so I'll show you one more button here when we get turned around. So I just go slow. I like to slow her down a little bit, so I'm not, and then have a little bit of a constant speed. Hit this button here on my command arm. And then I actually got to stop it, because we don't have I don't know how to get that function to stop, because we've got to have our wings on continuous turning around here. Actually, I got to use my brakes here to steer, because it's so heavy. Otherwise, my front end pushes around. So I'm going to hit this button. I actually have that set up. You can hit that too also. But then I'm going to hit number A down. Puts my wings and my 3-point down. And then I just click it to the side, and it gets me back up to my speed. So yeah, that's how you do that. I actually have this all, you can change all the functions on your command arm. So yeah, pretty pretty fun deal. Alright, kind of a neat feature. I didn't know if Thomas ever showed you guys here. With John Deere, he got sharing available. So this is where I am going. That's where I was right there. And then this is where Jack, he's in the field also here. So kind of pretty nice. You can see where, well, obviously you can tell. But like when you're tine weeding, or I don't know, there's other applications like manure, that's super nice. And at night you can like see, make sure everything lines up. Also, we use it here on the on the iPad here. So that's Jack right there. That's where he is, that little planter. And so, anyway, that's kind of a cool feature that we utilize with the iPad. With precision planting, we cannot share through John Deere. It's for some reason super complicated, so we have to have an iPad. So that is why we have the iPad talking to the Gen 3, so we can do sharing if we are helping each other out in the same field. So that's the reason why that is like that. So pretty slick deal. One other thing I wanted to kind of explain is when we're organic farming, we like to have all our headlands straight, and we do that for weed control. So I will show you. So here we have that's our headlands. We like to have everything straight. We don't like to do any curving due to weeds. Control is very hard when you're doing curves. Your cultivator doesn't work very good, doesn't pivot because it's on a 3-point, and these do not do very good in curves, or they're not made for it. That's why, like, that's a benefit in the pros and cons to pull type and doing these 3 points. If we were doing conventional or not having to do a lot of curves, or if we were having to do a lot of curving and didn't have to worry about weed control or just doing straight shots on the end rounds, pull types would be just fine. So that's why we do 3-point, for that reason. Keeping everything straight too, so the cultivators are dead on. You pull down your line, everything's dead on. So that's why if you see organic farmers, that's why a lot of them do use these 3-point planters. Pull types work just fine. Also, you can do a lot of different things. You can have steerable hitches, steerable tracks on your planter, and you also can, there's a new thing John Deere has, it's called Auto Path, I believe. You can take the tractor as bait. You have a globe on your planter and your tractor, and so let's say you want your planter to be on this AB line, so your tractor's actually up front. Since you have a little bit of leeway, your tractor's guiding and correcting, helping the planter out. But I don't see that being as good as having a 3-point. 3-point is just very nice, especially if you get into mud too. So. Round here, played a little chicken, but he moved. Yeah, they're up at by the bin side there. Yeah, I'll try and get them and I'll come down the road there. Okay. Yep, that's all she wrote for this field. Alright, doing a quick little lesson here on looking at down pressure, checking my trenches here, seeing if they're if they're getting too compacted. Sidewalls, good mallow ground, good moisture there, that's good. Not, down pressure doesn't seem too bad. Usually I like to be more, go up more. There's a seed. I'm kind of in a hurry here though, but need to keep going. Rain's coming. Let's see here. There's another one. I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. We'll find one here quick. I like to just double check every once in a while here. So make sure there's one right there. That's about 2 inches right to there. Anyway, yeah, looking good. This is good. Nice ground to work in. Nice and firmed up. Not the plowed ground gets a little uneven at times. So here we go. On to the next field. We just got all filled up here. It's the next day. We got a little bit of rain, and yeah, time to keep moving. I think we're down in some light ground as the next field. So yeah, I got a nice hour drive here. So we will catch you later. Well, roll number 9 is having issues. I'm going to take it apart here and see what is going on. It's been giving me issues the whole season, off and on, so we're going to get into it. Well, we're moving right along here, 10 mile an hour. Yeah, this is kind of our first field. We've been able to spool her up wide open, so doing pretty good. Downforce map is looking really good, pretty good, I would say. Singulation is decent. Population's perfect. I like it to be about perfect there, but it's not everything's gonna be perfect. But 99.8 or 9, it's crazy how it's precise it is. So anyway, I was back repairing. I seen this. I put this disc in to try and solve this. Thing's been an issue. Row number 9 has been kind of a pain for the past good while. So I just took this out because it looked like the plate was wearing and needed to be shimmed in. There's a little place where you can check it, make sure it's decent, the right clearance. You hold and look at it. But so I took this out. Hopefully that'll help not wear and maybe fix my issue. Row number 9 is looking good now. So I don't know I've inspected it a lot. Don't know what the world's going on with it, but might be a vac issue actually. We did some modification, so that could be the issue. Anyway, well, we're rolling into the night here. Don't think we have any night shots here, so this is my favorite time of the time to be in the tractor actually. Just kind of out here by yourself in the dark. I don't know, it's kind of fun. We got the lights all on. Jack is back there. He is rolling also in the same field. That's him right there. That's Jack. So yeah, this is the field we are working on right now. It's like a 300 some acre field through a half section. Yeah, so yeah, we're plugging along here. Super uneven. My downforce map is pretty spotty here. So yeah, we're gonna keep rolling. If everything keeps going good, we'll be done tomorrow with corn down here on our south portion of the farm. So at these 24 rows. So soybeans will be next. So yep. Thanks for tuning in here to Ferris Farming Organic. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Had a kind of a fun time videotaping this, so it was kind of fun to do that. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have more content coming up, tine weeding, row cultivating, and all sorts of fun stuff. So Yeah, we had a good day today. I think we started planting around 10:30 this morning and about midnight. So time to call it a night. And we got about 280s to go tomorrow, and we'll be done planting corn down here. So yeah, me and Jack are gonna head her on home here, get a little bit of sleep, and get back after it tomorrow. So we will catch you in the next one.